Hello, everyone. I'm really hoping that you're having a wonderful week. And as we're approaching the weekend, the things just become more happier for all of us, although we all are living in some perpetual weekend right now. Please welcome our guest today. She is Miss Kanika Gupta. She is the owner of Avanika Wellness Essentials, and she makes lovely handcrafted skincare and hair care essentials. So, welcome on both.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Charu.
So, Avanika, tell me something. Kanika, tell me something about Avanika. How did the journey start?
It started almost 2 years ago. So my daughter went to college, and we went to drop her to US. And I was already into essential oils since I learned healing, and we use a lot of essential oils in our sprays. And when I went to US, I saw I think every household had essential oils there that we visited, and even the students and everybody is really into essential oils. And I thought, when it's so potent and so powerful and so useful, why don't I get into it, full time, since I was already using them a little bit, and slowly and steadily, since I had a lot more time now in hand, and I started studying about it, and I did aromatherapy course certification, and then I joined a skincare course. So that's how slowly I started getting into it, learning about it, and then started making things professionally, where I can help people out.
So, you personalized all the things, right?
Yes, it is mostly according to people's skin and people's hair and their issues, and
Okay.
also make a lot of blends, which where people can, be helped by further problems and issues.
I know we heard so much about your Akani brand, and I think the most lovely thing is that you personalize them and they're handcrafted. And because, otherwise we just go and we buy things off the shelf. And
Right.
the same thing can never suit two people, right?
Right.
And also, I think this market is getting really expensive.
Yes. So that is another thing that I wanted to do. Things are available in the market, and but they are, most of the brands when they're established, they are very expensive. So for normal people, it is not very affordable. So my things, one thing is it should be affordable to normal people, should be according to what they need, and totally natural.
Totally natural and pure. I know there's so many options right now on the internet. People can just go and pick up some DIY films, and they can just make their own masks at home and everything. But I've seen most of these don't really work out. They are more like, some blogger has gone there and made it. So then when we meet somebody like you who's actually into it with certification, and we know people who are using these products and they give such lovely feedback, it's just very refreshing to meet you, and that you're so accessible. So that's great. So I think in the next half an hour, 40 minutes, viewers, send us your questions, anything that you want to ask her about your hair care. She has a lot of products that we'll keep talking about on our way through this episode. And today we are going to have lovely three surprises for you, right? We have three of those hair masks.
To make three products here.
Yes. So Kanika has kindly accepted that she's going to share some little secrets with us, how to make completely natural hair masks that you can make at home. They are mostly plant based. And of course, there would be some where you might need to procure some things, but there'll be one or two which you'll have definitely the things are just lying there in your kitchen on some shelf. So let's start, Kanika. What do you have for us today?
So first thing, I'm going to start with herbs. This mask actually is made up of 14 herbs, and it's a combination of nourishing as well as preventing early graying and also natural dyeing. So
Okay.
it is actually made in two steps right here, step one and step two. First we make, so it depends what's the outcome that you need. If you want to dye your hair, meaning you want to color them more, or less grays visible, then you use the step one powder more in the mix. But if you want to nourish them as well as get the benefits of natural color, then we mix them in the same quantity. But if you don't want to get any color at all, just the nourishing part, then we are going to use more of the step 2 and less of step 1.
So what all is there in step 1?
So generally telling you basically a lot of herbs that we've heard from our moms and nannies and dadis, Bhringraj, Brahmi, Amla, Shikakai, but there's some of those specialized herbs like Jatmasi and methi and other stuff that we don't even know of or we don't know the benefits of. So it's a mix of all that, along with a couple of herbs that are used for coloring.
And what would you use for coloring?
So one is henna and one is indica.
So tell me something.
Yes, so that's what's used.
Okay, so people do have their reservations, especially our generation, about the color that henna leaves, the marks that henna leaves.
See, in a 14-15 herb blend, the henna would be probably less than 10%.
Okay, so you don't.
Yes, so in case someone wants more of the color, that's when it might be 20% or 30% in the mix. Otherwise, according to the outcome they want, and even in the blend, it is not just one henna that is going to give the color. It's a blend of few other herbs which is going to give the color. So I know people are very skeptical about multani mitti as well sometimes, or something that they are probably allergic to. So again, the same thing comes in. If they tell me this is not what we want, I would disclose my ingredients. If they don't want that, I would omit that from my product.
So Karinga, tell me one more thing. Like somebody like me, I've just seen the first strands of hair, gray hair in my tresses now.
Right.
Is this the correct time to start using something like this?
Yes, because these herbs actually prevent premature graying and then give the nourishment that is needed that we've not been probably providing.
Okay.
And also one more thing that I would like to tell all the viewers here, it's not just anything that we are externally applying on the skin or hair. It is a balance of basically a lifestyle and what we are eating. So we need to have that balance.
Sure. But tell me something like, some of the dyes that we have in the market commercially.
Right.
I know that a lot of my friends, they say that we should never start using that because at some point, if we want to stop coloring our hair turns white much faster. Does something like that happen with this kind of a hair mask?
No, it would not, because there's no chemical whatsoever. It is totally natural.
Okay.
And they're just going to give a natural tint to the hair, not a dye. So this is not a dye basically, but yes, the alternative to a dye.
Okay. So let's start. Let's see how to make this.
So step 1 is more of the color. I'll use a spoon to measure and to mix. So I'm going to mix the same quantity here. First, we will take 2 tablespoons of the step 1 powder and then mix it with already warmed up water somewhere around 50 degrees centigrade. And we would mix depending on the consistency that we need.
Okay.
Yes, please.
And for the viewers who have just joined us, the first bottle had ingredients like Brahmi. And
yes, so that has few ingredients which are going to give the color to it, including indigo. And we will leave this to set and blend for approximately 20 minutes. And then we will add the other powder from the step 2 jar. So basically this needs little time, up to half an hour to get the color.
And for how long does one need to leave it on the hair?
On hair as well, you don't need to leave it more than hour and a half, whatever you're comfortable with.
And do you shampoo afterwards or you just rinse it?
That also depends. If you are at home and you don't want a very clean kind of a polished look, then you can just leave it on. You just wash it with water and leave it like that, so that with shampooing everything gets washed off. But with water, at least the products will not be there, but the benefits you'll
miss out on.
Yeah, so till you really wash them with the shampoo. So the blend is ready now. We will set this aside.
So these are basically powdered. You just powder these things together.
These are called the herbal extracts from the plants. And different plants, we use different parts. Like some hibiscus, we use petals, the powder of the flower. And then there are few plants we use the roots. So it all depends what part is the more beneficial part. That
Okay.
is what is used in the herbal powder. So I'll keep this aside. I'll just quickly get the aloe vera and turn the heating on.
So while we are waiting for the first mask, mask step 2,
Yes.
she's going to start with the second hair mask.
Okay, for the second hair mask, I have couple of oils already ready here. We are using coconut oil and olive oil today since they are readily available in most of the households. We can also use almond oil, castor oil, Moroccan argan oil, jojoba oil, or any other oil that you are comfortable with.
Is there any ratio?
So I am using 100 ml of both the oils and then
Okay.
one strand of aloe vera. I'll quickly pick it up.
Okay. Don't forget to send in your questions. Any questions you want to ask, especially because monsoons, we ladies are definitely, facing hair fall. Happens every single year.
Okay, so I'm going to pour in the heated pan. I'm going to pour these oils to warm up.
100 ml each of almond and olive.
No, this is olive and coconut oil. But
Coconut.
yes, almond can be easily replaced. Or you can add that as well. So you can add 3 oils as well. Every oil has their different benefits according to their different nutrients. So we can use as and when we are comfortable. I'm just showing you a demo. So this is how you're gonna, this is a washed and cleaned aloe vera petal. We will cut these sides like this. Just be careful this fresh aloe vera doesn't get on your clothes because it can stain. And then we're going to chop this in small pieces and then put them in the heated oil.
When we were growing up, our grandparents used to use a lot of mustard oil.
Yes, so even that can be used, but a lot of people actually don't like
Like
it
the
because of the
smell.
smell. And it is little heavier oil and little stickier as well. So it is your personal choice. Anything can be used.
And we definitely will have these oils at home.
Yes, most of these are. So now I will start with my gloves so that everything is very hygienic. Anything that I make professionally also, the gloves are always worn. While this is being heated, I'm going to show the third product, which is a very, very simple hair mask.
So tell me something, what does this oil with aloe vera do for the hair?
So aloe vera, we all know it is a very, very nourishing herb, we can say, or a plant. We have always used it in a different form on our skin or our hair. It gives shine to the hair. It is very, very nourishing and moisturizing for hair and skin both. And it has a lot of nutrients which actually controls the hair fall and give good shine and strength to our hair along with the oils. So coconut oil, we all know, is a very moisturizing oil. We've used coconut oil for ages. Same with almond or olive oil. And olive oil, you can use the normal one or extra virgin, any of the variety of olive oil.
Kanika, when we say hair fall, there could be a lot of reasons for that. So when you say hair fall, Kili, this is good. Are you saying the regular monsoon kind of hair fall, like something that we experience round the year, not something that would be extreme?
So yes, during the monsoon, the hair fall actually is really experienced much more since, it again goes to your roots. Our digestion is very, very sluggish in monsoon. And also the weather, it makes the hair frizzy. It makes the root very, um, they become very weak. So that's why they're easily breakable. That's why we need to nourish ourselves and nourish ourselves with the balanced food. And then we have to do some extra steps for taking care of the skin and hair.
I'm so glad you picked up that word frizzy. because during monsoons my hair, they have a mind of their own completely. So, and I'm a very lazy person, so for me to make all these, but I do you have like some hair serum or some hair oil that I can just place on my hands and then just put that on my hair and have calmer hair during monsoon?
Yes. So what I do, I mean, it's a regime basically that everybody should follow, or it is usually followed as well. We oil our hairs. It can be a hair oil or a hair mask, and then the next step is to shampoo. And we cleanse our hair, and then either we use a leave-in conditioner or a wash-off conditioner. I do have a leave-in serum for that, which is also again very nourishing with natural ingredients. So you
Okay.
can simply just put few drops on your palm and rub them on your strands. And if your hair frizzy on the top, then just a little bit dab on your head, and you're done. Then the hair.
Yeah, that's the problem I have with the conditioner, because we are conditioned to use the conditioner in a way that it doesn't touch our scalp. So the top part of our head, we always try and avoid the conditioner
Avoid.
there. But that is where monsoon, your hair turns into peacock feathers. So
Right.
you
So
really need.
that's why this product actually
uh,
I make, because what happens is when you're using conditioner on your scalp, the hair become very silky, and then they fall down. So there's no body in your hair.
yeah,
So this serum actually, and the shampoo that I've made, which is a totally natural shampoo, they give body to the hair after the wash as well. So
sure,
you are basically cleansing and giving body to your hair, and then taking care of the frizz. If
sure.
you're ready, we can start with the third product as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely.
So what I have here is shea butter, and I've got two varieties of shea butter here. One is called refined, which is white in color, and one is unrefined shea butter, which has much more benefits. So I personally like using unrefined shea butter, but
Okay.
it has a distinct smell which everybody doesn't like. So in my products, I use mostly unrefined and a little bit of refined. And then since I'm using a lot of essential oils, those smells are kind of diluted, so you're not able to smell it. But if you're going to make it at home and buy it from the market, I would recommend to buy the refined one, since it doesn't have any unpleasant smell.
So if I'm picking up a shea butter straight off a shelf, like of one of the known brands, is
Right.
that refined or unrefined?
Usually it says on,
Refined.
yeah, you can choose, but
Okay.
unrefined shea butter is usually not available in the market that
Yeah.
way. Usually it's the refined white one.
Okay. So we can order shea butter online. We can pick it up. We can also pick it up from you. Why from
We actually,
somewhere else? We can
so
pick
I
up from
have a
you.
lot of clients, who, there are two type of clients mostly, either who don't know much, then you go and buy out. But there are clients who know a lot, but they don't have time as well.
Time. Correct.
The clients who know and have some time, they come and ask me, for the essential oils, or the carrier oils or butter. They get it from me, or they get the finished product. Either way, so you can
But
do whatever.
okay, but in case we don't have access to shea butter, is there something else we can use?
You can use different kind of butters. They're available. So there is cocoa butter available, butter available, which is even much heavier for
Okay.
hair, for hair and skin. Mango butter, kokum butter, shea butter. There are a lot of butters available, but for hair, shea butter is my personal favorite.
Okay.
Aloe vera butter, almond butter. There's so many butters available,
Okay.
so which we use in our skin and hair care products. But this is the easiest one and easily available as well. So
So let
that's
me ask you a very funny question at this juncture, because it's pandemic time and we don't have any other butter. Supposing, can we
right.
just use that homemade white butter?
No, that has, see, this has some properties. That's what we are using it for. So this is
Okay.
good for hair roots and scalp, and anti-inflammatory. So it's going to protect, give strength to the hair. So that's the reason. So the products that I use, there's a reason why we use those specific few products, and we
Sure. Okay.
and then also, see, this, if someone's making at home, even without preservatives, it can be kept like that on the shelf for a month or so.
Okay.
The only thing is, without any, I do use some other products to emulsify and stuff, so that they're well blended, which is not available easily in the market. So that's why I don't have it here.
Okay.
You can simply blend these oils and keep it with you, but with butter or cream or malai, then they're not stable enough. You can't keep them for a little longer period of time. And this, there is no preservative or anything needed. You can just, blend it and then keep it on your shelf. And if it's too hard, then just keep it in the refrigerator. So it's not going to separate.
Sure. Okay, let's start with this one then.
All right. So first I'm going to, in the beaker, I'm going to put the butters. This is a very, very simple mask. And then we have again coconut oil. So I have used 60 grams of butter, 30 of each, refined and unrefined. Then I have only 8 grams of oils,
Okay.
coconut and olive. If you want a thinner, you will see once we blend it. If you want thinner blend, then you use more oils. If you want like a thick cream to be applied, then you use very less oil. So it all depends. Once you make it, once someone makes it, they'll know what exactly they're looking for, and then they can adjust the quantities accordingly. So we put coconut oil and olive oil.
Meanwhile, viewers, don't miss out on writing your questions. We've got Kanika right here to send us, answer all your queries. So right now we are on mask number 3, mask number 1 and 2. We've done one step each. We'll come back to those. This is mask number 3 that we are doing with shea butter.
Okay, so the last step is we can work without the essential oils, but since there also have a lot of benefits of essential oils, we use few essential oils. I'm not using all of them that I use, but few basic ones like lavender, rosemary, peppermint, and tea tree, which are very good for hair. So I'm just going to use 2 drops of each. And I also serve these in case you want a pure quality of something, then otherwise it's available online everywhere.
So what will this mask do? Will it add volume? Will it just help us settle down?
It will give moisturization to your hair. It will nourish your scalp, give strength to your hair, and also take care of the frizziness. Coconut oil does that.
Okay. We are going to share Kanika's WhatsApp number in the comment box, and you can reach out directly to her in case you want personalized products. She's got a brand called Akani, and they're beautifully made for each person, a personalized one.
Okay, so here we have everything in the jar. We are simply going to blend it. And that's it. See, creamy consistency of hair spa is ready.
This is like a thicker than lotion.
It is just like a body butter that you would use in winter.
Yeah.
So see, this is the consistency. It is kind of dropping, and you can simply put it in a closed jar and save it. So around 60 grams of shea butter and 10 grams or 8 grams of oil would last you for at least 3 applications. So depending on the length of your hair.
Okay. And how often should one do this? Once a week?
If you are applying any kind of oil in your hair, then once a week or once in 10 days is more than enough.
Okay.
And another good tip to use the hair spa is after you apply it thoroughly on your scalp and your hair, after an hour or so, when you're ready to wash it off, use a hot towel and wrap your hair in hot towel for at least 15-20 minutes. That way it is absorbed very well in your hair shaft and your scalp, and then you wash it off, which would give much more benefits.
Sure. Okay, so let's just repeat this once before we go to the other two.
Sure.
So this is the shea butter hair mask.
We use 60 grams of shea butter. I use 30 grams of refined and 30 grams of unrefined one. And I used 8 grams of coconut oil and 8 grams of olive oil in this, along with 2 drops of lavender, tea tree, peppermint, and rosemary essential oils. And just blended it.
Sure. And essential oil is something that if you have some other flavor, you could add that also, right?
So essential oils are not actually for the flavor. It is for the benefits. But yes, if you don't have those and if you want some kind of little smell in it, you can you can do that, but just few drops.
Sure.
Since you're applying it on your body, then artificial. I personally don't put anything artificial in the products, so I mean, I would not
No,
say.
absolutely. I think that's the way forward. I think everybody's craving for things which are natural and don't have side effects, don't have chemicals. Especially, I think our generation, we've kind of grown up on chemicals, and we want to keep our kids away from that.
Right.
That's one reason how we also approached you, right?
Right.
Because we wanted alternate for our kids.
So
So
that
great.
reminds me, if you give me a minute, something new that I have started.
Sure.
Everybody uses those perfumes where you're spraying so much of alcohol around it. I have started with the range of athars, which has been there like from the um, ancient times in India. When Mughals came, this is when came to our culture. And I have started these, which are with the roll-on caps.
Okay.
And these are so amazing. You just roll on your wrist or behind your ear, and you're done for the whole day, and they're amazing.
So what kind of fragrances are these, Kanika? Are these flowery? Are these peppery,
So
mint?
I have flowery ones. There are few which are typical Awadhi ones, like Jannatul Abad or Jannatul Firdaus. Or I have all the flowers, the Nag Champa, rose, jasmine,
Jasmine.
Harsingar, you name it. There are around more than 100 type of others.
And you make something like lemongrass and stuff?
Not lemongrass. So see, those fragrances are very essential oil fragrances or the fragrances. In others, we make more towards flowery
Traditional.
or otherwise the traditional ones.
Okay. Okay. They sound lovely.
All right. So let's come back to mask number 2.
Yeah.
This is already blended, and you will see the aloe vera is already shrunk. So basically the juices from the aloe vera have already come out. You can simply strain it and put it in a bottle or a jar of your choice. But the only issue is, since we have added aloe vera in the oil, we cannot store it for a longer period of time without the preservatives.
Okay.
Or you can, make smaller amount and keep it in your refrigerator for 2 to 3 weeks. Keep using it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is just one thing. Since butters you can store anywhere outside, they would not go bad. This can go bad because of the aloe vera, and it is pure watery content in it. So
Okay. Okay. So let's call this one the aloe vera mask. And if you could just repeat the entire procedure once.
So we took 100 ml of coconut oil, 100 ml of olive oil, which can be replaced with, again, almond oil or any. Actually, my favorite is broccoli oil.
Broccoli oil.
Yes, which is something new that I introduced into my products.
Okay.
Amazing benefits. It's full of omega-3, omega-6, omega-9, and it is wonderful. It works like you've probably heard of retinoid serums. It is like a natural retinol for our skin, and amazing benefits into hair. It's of course an expensive oil, but
sure.
Yeah, any of these oils can be used. So yes, we have aloe vera, just one strand of aloe vera. We had cleaned the sides. It has to be totally dry when we put it in the oil, and then just chop small pieces and put it in the oil and cook it for around 10 to 15 minutes.
And let it cool down and put it in a jar, place it in the fridge so that you can use it at least for 2 to 3 weeks. Should we warm it up a little before using it?
We'll have to say, I'm glad you asked that question. Since we have coconut oil in it, it's going to get a little thicker.
Solidified.
Solid. And then anyways, when we apply warmer oil in our hair, it has much more benefits than a colder one.
Okay, so this is mask number 2. Now let's go back to mask number 1.
Mask number 1. So you would see this has thickened quite a bit. Whatever consistency you would want, you can add more water to it. Now we will take step number 2 jar, which is a mix of another around 10 herbs.
Could you name these herbs?
Yeah, so as I said, Amla, Rita, Shikakai, Brahmi, Bringraj, Jatmasi, and then I have Multani Mitti, and I already mentioned Amla, and then have Henna. So a lot of stuff in there. And there are some specialized herbs as well, which are also not available easily in the market.
But tell me something, Kanika.
Yes, please.
This is a mask. Do you also have something like oil, a version of this?
Yes, of course. So this
somebody who's lazy enough like me can just order that.
An oil. This is like a hot selling oil that I make.
Okay.
which has around 10 herbs infused in it, including the specialty one Jatmasi or Bhringraj, Brahmi, Amla, whatever we were talking about in this mask.
Okay.
Everything I infuse in the oils first. Then I mix that oil with few other oils, including broccoli and onion and Moroccan argan and jojoba and castor. So there are a lot of oils that I mix. Reason being, every oil, as I already said, have a lot of different nutrients. So we can get all kind of nutrients in one blend. And then the third stage making is the addition of the essential oils in it. So it's a long process thing, but
Sure.
it is ready if you need to. And someone like you, as you said, you can just simply give me a call or send me a message and get it.
I,
Otherwise, we're ready to make this mask.
sure.
Okay.
Let's go ahead.
So almost the same amount of step 2 powder, and we will add some more water into it. And this time we're going to only let it stand for maybe 5 to 10 more minutes, and it is ready to be used because we have already blended the first step of herbs into it. If someone wants more color to it, they can actually use the coffee water or green tea or tea water into it, as we used to do for henna. So it is all up to their personal choice. Just that all the herbs are available in one jar, and you don't really have to go hunt for like 15 herbs.
Yeah. I just saw myself walking through some Himalaya mountain and, going and smelling each and every leaf and then seeing, you know. So, yeah, I think I will just order this one. The other two seem very easy to make, but this one needs a lot of tapasya. So I think I'll give that one a shortcut and just order. How much would something like this cost?
So this is a jar of around 300 grams, and it would
Okay.
cost each jar. So total quantities being around 600 grams, it would cost around 700 rupees.
Okay,
But it
and we
will
can,
last you for quite a few applications as well.
yeah.
For hair like me, I guess this is going to be good for 2 applications.
Ah,
Because I personally don't apply it. I when I tie my hair, they're going to be in such small one. Then applying is very easy. So this is all set. In 5 minutes, it's ready to be applied.
and you just coat your hair in a thick
Just like we
layer.
do it with henna or hair dye, basically coat the hair every strand of it with and then you can wrap it with shower head cap or something, so that the moisture stays in there for an hour or so.
So is this also beneficial in postpartum hair fall?
Yes, since I said most of the herbs are very very nourishing, they control the hair fall, or actually a few of them are anti-inflammatory. So if there's any infection or anything, it basically takes care of everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so nourishing strength, hair fall, frizziness, graying of hair, and breakage of hair. So this is basically a one potent blend which has all the benefits into it.
So, I was just going through the questions that the viewers are sending,
Sure.
and there's a public demand that you repeat mask number, this one, the one we are doing right now.
Number
And
one.
if you can repeat what is there in jar number 1 and jar number 2.
That is actually a trade secret. I cannot say which jar has what, but I did say most of the ingredients which are there. Um, Amla Rita Shikakai, Jatmasi, Bhringraj Brahmi, and then we have Hina. We can add multani. It's up to personal choice. Again, we can add multani mitti. We can add indigo. So few things can be up to your choice. But there
Yeah,
are
so
herbs. Yeah.
I think viewers, let's respect her, trade secret there. But I think she's given us two nice hair masks that we can make at home. And for somebody or anybody who wants to make this one, maybe just ordering in is a better thing, because I think it just needs too many herbs and too much
Honestly, it's
mehnat.
not very easy to get everything. And if you do, you would have to order 200 grams of each pack from wherever you would do. And it would probably cost more or be very cumbersome to, mix the right amounts.
True that. So tell us a little more about these hair serums that you make.
So one is the hair oil that I have just explained. Some of the people don't really want the infused herbs oil, or someone has dandruff problem. So again, I customize it according to what people need. Then second thing for hair, I have the hair serum. I have the leave-in hair serum treatment, which again is for the frizzy and the dry hair, especially the split ends and the dry hair. And then I have natural shampoo as well, which is totally sulfate free and paraben free. I make it at home. And I try to use most of the EcoCert products, which is the certification agency which certifies that the products are natural and has no harmful chemicals in it.
Okay, okay. Kanika, are these safe to be used for kids?
Yes, totally. Just that the essential oils, like the hair oil, if I'm making it for a 6-year-old child, then the essential oils quantity would be according to the age. So essential oil is one thing that if you don't have knowledge, check with someone professional, or check it before you use, because that has to be used in a very wise quantity. It cannot be used arbitrarily. A lot of people call me and say, can I have this essential oil? The first question is, what is the purpose of that essential oil? Because if they're going to use it on the skin, then I don't even give it to them, or I tell them this is the dilution rate, these are the carrier oils, and this is the thing that you use it for. So with essential
Okay.
oil, yeah.
So fair enough. Before we take the viewers' question, let's just once repeat all the masks, because everybody's demanding that. So I think let's
This is
start with,
this one.
yeah, let's start with this one. What all went into this, and
Okay,
what are the benefits?
so we have two separate parts to this, step 1 and step 2. Step 1 has to be added with warm water, somewhere around 60 degrees centigrade, not hotter than that. And we mix it and let it stay for approximately 20-25 minutes. Then we come back to it and add the step 2 herbs, which is another 8-9 herbs. And then we add some more water as required and let it stand for only 5 to 10 minutes. And it's ready to be applied.
And this one naturally dyes your hair.
Yes.
It also helps control hair fall. It also smoothens your hair,
Yes.
and it has anti-dandruff properties.
Anti-dandruff properties, and it also prevents premature graying. So in case you don't have that gray hair, but it would prevent you to have any.
Correct.
So if you start using herbs early in life, then of course we don't have that problem.
Hair mask too, I think, is the easiest one.
Yes.
As we called it, aloe vera hair mask.
So if everybody could see, basically the chunks of aloe vera cooked in 100 ml of coconut oil and 100 ml of olive oil. Cook it for around 10 to 15 minutes. Let it cool down. We can, if you want, you can squeeze the aloe vera, or if you don't want it, just let it be. The benefits are already out there. You can let it stand for a little longer. All personal choice, but that is the basic formula.
And do refrigerate it if you want to use it for long.
Because of the aloe vera being a natural product which has water content, it would go bad outside for after a few days. Or sometimes you don't even see that contamination, but it's already in there.
Yeah. Okay, and here mask number 3 is the shea butter.
Is the shea butter one. So here we had added 30 grams of unrefined and 30 grams of refined shea butter, but you can use any of the variants, 60 grams. And then I had added 88 grams of olive oil and coconut oil. Again, you can use any oil of your choice, and you can add few drops of essential oils into it.
Sure.
Just blend it simply and it's ready to go.
I think they're very easy. Second and third is something that I'm going to try for sure. First one is something I'm going to order. As I said, I can't walk through an entire field and go sniffing each and everything, or have 10 different packets of 200 grams each.
One more tip, just for the viewers, in case they're going to make it themselves, or if they even buy it from the market, please use a mask when you're working with any loose powders. If you inhale it, you can choke on them. Any loose powders. Something like in kitchen, if you're going to dump some powder, of course you inhale that. So you do not want to choke on any of the powders.
Sure. So maybe, keep a mask on maybe, and you are in safer hands. Okay, Kanika, a lot of questions. Let me start with question number 1. This is Divya Mehra. She says, my 6-year-old daughter, she has very thin hair.
Right.
Okay, she does not. So is there something that I can put to make her hair thicker, or is there something that she can pick from you?
See, a few things which are very hereditary, like My hair are very, when I was young, I never had more hair than I have now.
Okay.
Because I've lost some during the aging process. But that is one thing that is there. We can make them healthier.
Yeah.
These oils and these masks, yes, we can have some more growth of hair. But if you are expecting like a huge change, that does not happen. But with the oil and these masks, these are natural again. You can use this mask, you can use the oil, or you can use without the essential oils. Of course, you can use this butter, and all these things are very nourishing for hair roots, and they will help. So if you want, you can make these at home, or you can message or call me, and I'll be able to personalize it for you.
So what I understand is that if if it's in the genes and the hair quality is thin, one is the hair strand being thin, and the other is that the hair volume is thin. But it might not, just turn into like beautiful, lush, thick hair. But it can definitely become better in terms
Give
of
life
its.
to the hair. Yes, that's what we can do with
Yeah,
this.
and I think also the other thing would be if you want to connect with Kanika and maybe do a personalized session on this, right?
I would be happy. I have a lot
Yeah.
of clients, little ones.
Yeah, sure. The second one is for Mr. Pramod Surma. He says, I have very rough and dry hair. How to make them better looking?
Best thing, you have to moisturize. Acha, one more thing, you have to drink a lot of water, because skin and hair and scalp, everything, actually you have to nourish. Moisturizing water is very important for our body. So some people actually don't drink much water, so we have to hydrate our body. And then any of these masks, any of the oils, you have to keep hydrating your body from outside and inside. That's
So,
what we.
does regular oiling, like say twice a week or something, does all that help?
Normal regime should be at least oiling your hair once a week, if
Okay.
not twice. So at least once a week, if you're doing, then you should get much improvement in your hair texture and hair.
Also, I feel, correct me if I'm wrong, Kanika, using shampoo that does not have sulfate in the ingredients list,
Right.
that
Right.
will really protect our hair, right?
So harsher the shampoo is, it's going to strip your hair with all your nourishment and moisturizing.
Yeah.
Even though they do add that, but still harsh on your hair. So make sure what kind of shampoo you are using or how you're cleansing your hair. You use more of the natural products rather than harsher material. So that's what I would recommend.
Okay. The second one is from Miss Hema Sai. She says, I have heavy hair fall. Please advise how to avoid. Also need advice on baldness.
See, hair fall again, as I have already mentioned earlier, there has to be a balance in the body. Just externally applying and doing a lot of stuff, if that would not help 100% if you have a lot of imbalances, or maybe deficiencies of any vitamins or minerals or something in the body. That's what also causes hair loss. So
Yeah.
most of my clients, when they come, I do tell them I'm an aromatherapist. I can suggest on that, but do start on supplements like biotin, or talk to your doctor and get some supplements for yourself. Start eating balanced diet, lot of water, as I already said. Consumption of lot more water, and balanced diet, including all colored fruits and vegetables. That is also very, very important.
Also, because I think in women, especially, in 40s, they do tend to have that hormonal imbalance that leads to that male kind of baldness.
We need,
Uh,
after 40 anyways, we need to keep, get ourselves regularly checked with all our vitamins and mineral levels. So blood test has to be done. Whatever deficiencies are there, they have to be constantly in control.
yeah, because I've seen a lot of people, they also suffer with the thing called alopecia, which
Right.
does. But viewers, honestly, this one, although this is more about using natural products, this is more about letting you make things at home. But if there is something that is a medical condition, that is not where we would advise that you just use some oil or use a hair mask and things will become better. For
That
that, you would need, as Kanika just said, you would need the blood test and a more, visit to a good.
And also, as you just mentioned, one more thing, a lot of stress. Staying at home has not helped either. Then the monsoon weather, and a lot of stress, since we are not able to, socialize, go out, meet people. So, anyways, and maybe other kind of stress related to work. So I think all those stress also causes a lot of imbalances in the body, and then do cause, you will see wrinkles on your face, and then the hair start falling. So those,
Okay, at this point, I want to ask you because even you mentioned that you use onion also. So, onion is the new fad when it comes to hair care, and people do believe. And I personally know at least four women who swear by onion juice.
okay.
And, they say that, I've been using it for 3 weeks and my hair fall has stopped and I have thicker hair. So, is that true? Does onion juice really help?
Yeah, I'll tell you my personal experience when I started with my hair oil. My daughter personally said, "Mummy, it does not suit me." By very initial stages. Then I added onion oil and broccoli oil to it. And this time when she came, she said, "Mama, what have you done to the oil? It was wonderful this time." So yes, onion oil and whatever extra nourishment that you're going to provide to your hair, onion and broccoli oil are amazing. I have just added to my products, most of the skincare products and hair care products. I
Yeah, but on a lighter, in the lighter spirit, considering the prices keep going up and down, sometimes you
these,
wonder if you are going to cook
these
it and you're
oils
going to
are
put it on your
actually
hair.
these oils are quite expensive as well. So even if you talk about the oils, they're very expensive. Comparing the prices, if you say coconut and olive is also not very inexpensive, or almond is also not very inexpensive. Those oils are quite expensive. So that's why it's a blend. I mean, for that small packet that I'm selling you, getting a value of everything, where everything is already in there.
Absolutely. That's the only thing I'm going to do. Okay, another question says that can we use the herbs mask on a colored hair? If somebody has already colored their hair,
Right,
and they use this herb mask that you showed, the number one,
right, right.
so will it still have effect on that?
Um, you know, you can just skip. Um, Instead of doing a separate mixture which initially was going to give extra color to it, we can just mix everything together, let it stand for 15 minutes and apply. So that is for basically more nourishment than the color.
Okay, but it doesn't change the hair color.
No,
So
no
it's
effect.
not.
Because again, we're not adding any chemicals, so we are not changing anything
So
to
it's
that.
not like my burgundy hair is going to turn black.
No, of course not.
Good. It's always good to know. Okay, another question is, can we use these masks on straightened hair?
Yes. I mean, I would not imagine why wouldn't we use it, because we are not doing any chemical treatment, not any change. We are just nourishing our hair. So any kind of treatments, if they're even for the shampoo part, it is very mild. So you can use that on the colored hair. The same thing for all the masks or the hair oil
So
or the
the truth is, if I'm not
natural stuff
wrong,
does not do anything to your chemically treated hair.
exactly. I was just about to say that, girl, you've already used the chemical on your
The
hair.
harsh part. Now
There's
this is all
nothing.
great.
Yeah, that's the harsh part. Now you're doing the goodness to your hair,
So this is
and
all
it does not have side effect. Goodness doesn't have side effect. Most of the, if I'm not wrong, all of these are plant based. When we're talking about shikakai and jasmine and
everything. So let me tell you the basic difference. When we're using the herb based, it is the powdered form of the plant from the root or leaf or bark or whatever, flower.
hmm, hmm,
When we're using essential oils,
hmm.
again, it's a distilled form of plant, which is a very strong. So essential oils are 100 times stronger than the plant. That's why
Okay,
we use it very wisely in very small, minute quantities. So they're
okay,
all plant based in different forms.
okay. So there's another question here that says, can I start using? Do you have shampoos and can I start using them for my newborn?
Newborn, I have not made a product for, so I would not recommend that or suggest that. I would have to look into it and then make a customized product for a newborn.
Also, because I think newborns are very skeptical to allergies. A lot of babies I know have allergies from almond oil also, which we consider
The
kacha
shampoo I
almond
have,
also.
has no chemicals, but again, it is a mix of lot of surfactants. So for baby, I have to, again, those are the customized areas where I have to work one on one and make.
Yeah, so you can get in touch with Kanika. We have shared her number. Shubhi Ghosh sends a question. She says, any particular sulfate-free shampoo you would recommend? I find it very difficult to trust anything available on the shelves.
I have not done the research in the markets. I don't know much about the brands, and that's why I started making mine, and I've been using my shampoo. which is totally sulfate and paraben and even a lot of other harsh chemicals too.
So I think should be there would be two parts to your question. The first part would be that all the shampoos that we've been using till date because so and so actor tells us, or the way we see the
Those are all
imagery of it.
commercial and chemical shampoos, yes.
Correct. They have chemical. Try and choose a shampoo that does not have paraben, does not have sulfate.
Right.
And secondly, I think you can also contact Kanika. So she makes personalized shampoos. I've already ordered some, and I've ordered for my child who's like 9 years old. So that is one option that we have. And honestly, that is the reason, viewers, that we did this particular program, because we want all of you to benefit from anything that we discover which is good for us. So, if somebody is making plant based stuff which can be personalized according to our skin or our hair, I think that is much better than just picking up something off the shelf. So, thank you for that question, Shubhi, and I hope you like the answer also. Kanika, tell me something. So, they say when you move from one city to another,
Right.
the water changes,
Right.
and that can sometimes lead to hair fall or the change of the texture,
Yes, it does.
right? Now, can you recommend something very quick that we can do at home to kind of nip it in the bud?
See, that's what I have done. Like my mom comes visit me, and then she says, my stomach is not well because the water has changed, and I get a hair fall all of a sudden. So hair fall, I think, is one thing which is again internally associated. It's not just the external factors. So again, if the stomach's not well, the whole body is under stress. So it impacts the body. So that's one thing. Water is not just impacting your hair, it's impacting your internal body as well because the water has changed. And I know that because of it's a first-hand experience. So I think the best thing is to keep nourishing your body inside and out. And slowly, it does take time for the body to settle with the new kind of
So
environment. But yes,
make sure you
I
have the
don't
rainbow
use
food.
chemicals.
Make sure you have the rainbow food,
Yes.
right? All colors. And secondly, please avoid chemicals. I know as a teenager, I had too much hair that I could just, kind of sacrifice. And I used to go in and get my hair curled and straightened and whatever. But today, trust me, I'm just run away from all of these things because I just want my leftover hair to just stay there. I don't want to lose my crowning glory.
That's what I do.
Okay, there's another question. The viewer says, do you make non-grease oil or serum?
Non-grease oil.
Yeah.
Yes, so the hair leave-in serum that I have is totally grease-free. That's why we can use it after the hair wash. If
Okay.
we are talking about the nourishing one, I am working on that. Um, Someone just, one of the moderators from the program just asked me for that oil as well. So yes, I'm working on that. A
Yes.
grease-free oil which is nourishing, probably in very near future. Yes, I would be with a grease-free oil that you can leave in the hair.
Okay. And एक करोड़पति वाला भी एक question है. You still don't have any oil to kind of cure baldness, right?
No.
Because if you did, you would be the next, I
No,
don't know
it's
who, just
not
sitting
a
on
magic.
millions.
I know there are a lot of people who make those claims, within 20 days or within 3 months you'll get the hair back. It is not magic. It is just the persistence that we are doing the right things and we are giving the right nourishment to your hair and scalp, and then the things would improve.
So, yes, so viewers, I think, most of the questions we've already answered, so I'm not going to repeat them now. You could re-watch this program. It's right there on our Facebook page. For some of you who need more personalized care that we think, we thought that we should not share here, we've given the number of Ms. Kanika Gupta in the comment box. Please reach out to her. We do not make any claims of curing baldness. And as Ms. Kanika Gupta has said, you have to balance. You have to eat right. And you have to look after yourself. I have realized that, if I tend to stay awake, like continuously for 4 5 nights, if I'm just working through the night, I will definitely have a very bad hair week next time. I will. So I think that stress, that overwork, it always affects us. And we need to get out, let some vitamin D soak into our body, drink a lot of water, eat a lot of fruits, eat a lot of veggies. Otherwise, we are going to just be putting all of those veggies and all of that food into our hair and hair roots. So like, there used to be a joke that आपके toothpaste में नमक है, आपके toothpaste में black pepper है. Now it's become आपके shampoo में broccoli का oil है. So let's do it correctly. Let's eat all these things and just reach out to Kanika for chemical-free things that can wash out.
And
All the Brahmis
I
and
do skincare and soaps and a lot of other products, not just the hair care. So.
can you tell us a little about that before we say a goodbye?
Sure. So I actually, if I can show, I have a lot of, I'll start with toners, eye cream, eye serums. Then I have face serums, face creams. And I do make aromatherapy blends since I'm an aromatherapist. So a lot of pain related, issue related blends. And then I have body butters. I have body scrubs, lip scrubs. So whatever you need, everything can be made and customized.
And
List of stuff. If you want to connect, I can send that to you on WhatsApp.
absolutely, in fact, you should share that with us so that we can send it to all these people. But at the same time, we have shared her personal number, which is her WhatsApp number, in the comment box. You can reach out to her. Avnika Wellness Essentials is what her company is called. Her brand is called Akani. They are handcrafted, they are personalized to the T. She does not have anything for the newborns yet, but she does have something if your kids are 5, 6, and you want to start them with something natural. Also, viewers, let me tell you something. This is not a paid promotion for this brand. This is a brand that we have personally come across. We have found her to be really good at what she's doing, and her knowledge is great. So please do try it out and do send us your feedback, hopefully, the good one.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kanika. It was lovely talking to
Thank
you.
you.
And I'm looking forward to my packet. I know that Jayanti is looking forward to her packet.
Sure.
And I know that Shiny is still going through the entire
List.
list. And there are too many products that she's going to order. So the Ketchup Moms team is like glued to you now. All our kids are going to be soon, Akani babies.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So all the best for your venture, and
Yes.
viewers, hope you had a lovely time. And don't forget that this Saturday at 5 p.m. your Let's Talk, your own live program on Facebook, on Ketchup Mom's Facebook page, is going to be live at 5 p.m. This time we have the Clove Dental Clinic. We have associated with them so that you can ask any question that you have related to dental issues, especially because right now during pandemic people are so scared to go to a dentist. And of course they are also going to talk about, it's going to be all about kids, how the overall the oral health of kids determines the overall health of the kids. So from how to maintain the oral hygiene from the day one of a newborn to braces, we are going to cover it all. So thank you. See you on Saturday at 5 p.m.
Thank you so much, Charlie. Thank you.
Thank you.